today on set for the virtual production of Avatar: The Last Airbender. And I've spent the last
Cinema was once about filming the real, animation, the artificial, but today those lines blur. Films now build worlds digitally, compositing animation into live action. In 1996, creators jokingly called movies flatties and actors organics. Now flat images are just one option with virtual space and 3D sets.
I'm adorable!
Adaptation is repetition with variation. Adaptation isn't replication, it's reimagination. As Hutchinson argues, adaptations work by repeating with variation, shifting across media forms. The joy lies in recognition and transformation, not just loyalty. Detective Pikachu thrives not by copying, but by remixing genres and expectations. Adaptation is process and product. Adaptation is both the act of creating and the experience of receiving. Audiences bring expectations, looking for echoes and changes. The Last of Us adapts its game source closely, but with richer character arcs and cinematic pacing, transforming interaction into immersion. Fidelity in early adaptations. Early video game films often lacked meaningful fidelity. Mortal Kombat reused character designs, but borrowed its structure from Enter the Dragon. This shows how games and films leap back, remixing genre conventions. Fidelity is more than matching visuals, it's about preserving logic and feel. Animation vs live action. Is animated Mario more faithful than the 90s live action? Possibly. Fidelity isn't just about aesthetics, it's about effect. Animation may better capture the energy and logic of gameplay, suggesting adaptation success lies in evoking the experience, not just the image.
Where is your commanding officer?
He's in the holding pen.
Some films don't adapt games, but adopt their structures. Mendes' 1917 mimics the third-person shooter view, one long take like a mission. The appeal lies in immersive stakes. The camera becomes a player, not just an observer. Game logic and narrative. Game-like narrative structures, multiverse branching, looping timelines, and task-based stories. These gamified forms don't replicate gameplay, they reflect its logic, offering interaction through structure. Edge of Tomorrow and multiverse logic. Edge of Tomorrow resets every time its protagonist dies, like a video game. It intellectualizes repetition and progress. Everything and Everywhere does the same with the multiverse, turning game design into narrative architecture, mission rules and NPC-like roles. Transmedia worlds and hyperdiegeses.
You'll see.
Some works aren't adaptations, but expansions. They build on story worlds across media, adding layers. Free Guy, Pixels, and Tron don't just mimic games, they imagine universes structured like them, full of mechanics, missions, and digital logic. Ready Player One, narrative as database. Ready Player One blends nostalgia with non-linear design. Flashbacks, jumps, and multiverse logic reflects database cinema. The Oasis is a metaverse where people escape scarcity. This isn't just narrative, it's speculative world building. Reception and Minecraft. Audiences engage with adaptations by comparing them to their source, finding pleasure in both recognition and novelty. The Minecraft film embraces this. It's not canon, just one story among many. This reflects gaming's modular nature, open-ended, participatory, always becoming. Participatory viewership. The audience no longer just watches, they participate. Social media, fan edits, live streams all contribute to what Jenkins calls convergence culture. The cinema experience now includes commentary, remixing, and communal meaning-making. Alien, isolation, and emotional gaps. Alien Isolation succeeds at recreating the aesthetics of Ridley Scott and James Cameron's films, but loses emotional weight. Without character relationships, it misses what made those films resonate. Immersion is visual, but not affective. Interactivity and agency. Games, VR, and interactive fiction offer agency, but game-to-film adaptations struggle to translate this. Without participation, stories risk becoming passive. Interactivity is what makes games uniquely experiential.
It's not today.
Fallout, repetition and variation. The Fallout show by Amazon echoes the game's tone, visuals and characters, but reworks its structure. Without player choice, emotional beats become narrative events, not interactions. It's a variation, faithful in tone but different in form. Process of creation. Adaptation reshapes and updates its source. It's not static translation but a creative act, refining, reworking, even critiquing the original. The shift from medium to medium is also a shift in meaning, performance, pacing, and production. Gimmicks over immersion. Doom misunderstood what made the game work. Swapping demons for mutants, it broke fidelity. A first-person sequence mimicked gameplay but felt hollow. Without participation, this gesture fell flat. Arcane, stylized success. Arcane doesn't replicate League of Legends, it builds new stories within its universe. Stylized animation enhances immersion, avoiding the uncanny valley. It's not hyper-real, it's painfully expressive and emotion-rich. Sonic and fan feedback. Sonic showed how audiences' reception shapes adaptation. Fan backlash over Sonic's design led to a full character redesign. The final version embraced stylization, proving visual fidelity isn't enough. Emotional resonance matters. Fidelity criticism and palimpsests. Severance and the Stanley Parable. Severance takes inspiration from the Stanley Parable, reflecting on choice, routine, and agency. Both blur the line between freedom and constraint. In each, the illusion of decision is the point. Interactivity as philosophical structure. Game world stories and machinima. From the King of Kong to GTA Hamlet, stories emerge, and not just in games but around them. Machinima films made in-game engines turn games into cinematic tools. They're not adaptations of games, but films in Machinima makes a shift to post-cinematic production. Red Beads Blue turned Halo into a sitcom. Les Manovich's database cinema applies. Games become narrative engines, spaces to compose rather than just consume. Types of adaptation. Flanagan defines adaptation across types: creation, porting, localization, and modding. Games aren't just adapted, they adapt themselves. Fans mod, developers remake, cultures reframe. Adaptation is iterative. Good example is The Witcher and story evolution. The Witcher began as Slavic folklore, became books, games, series, and board games. It's a case study in transmedia storytelling. Narratives mutating across media, reshaped by audience and platform. Games now use film grammar, game angles, lighting cutscenes to tell stories. Narratives unfold cinematically. In some cases, game cutscenes rival Oscar-worthy short films. The media learns from cinema and loops it back.